And well, as the country bid farewell to the late Chief of Defence Forces General Francis Ogolla, President William Ruto assured Kenyans that a probe into the helicopter crash that killed him will leave no shroud of doubt. His statements coming as leaders from the opposition mounted pressure on the state to lay public the outcome of the investigations so as to put the matter to rest. The events of the August 2022 presidential election at the Bomas of Kenya, in which the late general also featured prominently, also took center stage during the funeral. It was a ceremony characterized by a somber mood as the body of the Chief of Defence Forces General Francis Ogolla arrived at his rural home in Nia, Siaya County for the state funeral. As the general's body was wheeled to the Senator Obama Kogelo Primary School for the burial service. And here, the question of the late general's alleged involvement in the Bomas of Kenya fiasco came up, with Defence Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale recounting a discussion he had with the late CDF few months after the incident.
General Ogolla was not, as the Vice Chief of Defence Forces, was not a member of the National Security Committee, which is chaired by the Head of Public Service. So how did the General Ogolla went to NSAC and to Bomas? And as a Muslim, General Ogolla shared with me text messages. General Ogolla, as a respectable soldier and general, he asked and sent a text message to his bosses and asked, what am I going to do in Bomas? And this has happened. And General Ogolla was told, it's been decided, you go.
Duale noting that Ogolla was at Bomas under instructions from his bosses and had no motive to interfere with the election whatsoever. Duale accusing unnamed individuals in the burial in attendance for being part of those who put the late general in the crosshairs.
Honorable Raila Odinga was very right. Very right. And I came today to qualify his statement that General Ogolla, a man he knows, would not have gone to Bomas. And the people who sent him to Bomas, some of them are here. Some of the people who sent him to Bomas, are known.
And even as the leaders agree on the matter of the general's integrity, calls for a probe into the death of the late CDF reverberated during the funeral.
But even though it is an accident, in this region we have had many such accidents. And we have also had assassination of leaders from this region. So when such things happen, we are a bit suspicious, not because of anything, but we want to know the truth.
Sentiments echoed by other leaders affiliated to the Azimio coalition.
When an accident occurs, it's a security issue. The security concerns which deserve an answer for the nation. And since an inquiry has already been formed, we look forward to a speedy investigations.
What Kenyans want, Mr. President, is simply to make it public, because then that will allay all these fears. And the matter of General Ogolla goes beyond our sister Eileen and our beautiful kids. It's a national thing. For the truth must come out.
We want to be assured that nothing will be left out so that the truth comes out.
The head of state said he had total faith in the Kenya Air Force team tasked with probing the incident, asserting that his government will not condone extrajudicial killings, noting that the probe's report will bring the truth to the fore.
I know the KDF are as concerned as I am, and indeed the family and every Kenyan, on the life of General Ogolla. And I want to assure the country that the KDF, our Kenya Air Force, have the requisite integrity and professionalism to make sure that there will be no shroud of doubt on what happened to General Ogolla.
The 62-year-old KDF boss was interred in a private ceremony at his home in Ngea some minutes past 3 p.m. without a coffin and only a piece of cloth covering his body as per his wish. He was also accorded a 19-gun salute as per his stature and the military rank.
I have full confidence that General Omenda and the team he has appointed to make sure that all details are laid bare on the accident that took away the life of General Ogolla.
The late general leaves behind a widow, Eileen Kadhambi Ogolla, and 2 children, Lona Achieng Omondi and Joel Rabuku Omondi Ogolla.
Niweza pia kumkabidhi jambia aliyokuwa anatumia jenerali kwa ulinzi wa taifa.
And well, away